The DEA says it can't effectively enforce the laws without them. There's a saying, snitches wind up in ditches. Well, we found out snitches can get riches.
The real deal here was trying to stamp out corruption.
There, I'm gonna run, man. Throw me one of them stacks.
Snitch, narc, rat, squealer. All nicknames for the confidential informant, or CI. Law enforcement calls them vital. Informants are considered one of their most effective tools. A confidential informant is someone who provides information about criminal activity to law enforcement officers. Their identity is kept secret to protect them against retribution from those involved in the crime.
Criminal informants, or snitches, play a prominent role in this criminal conviction phenomenon. 45.9% of documented wrongful capital convictions have been traced back to false informants.
For the past 5 years, almost 50,000 defendants got reduced sentences in exchange for cooperating with the government. That's one of every 8 people convicted of a federal crime. That's according to the USA Today article, which cites 2 cases at the Atlanta City Detention Center as examples of how far inmates will go to get that information.
What was going on there was inmates in the jail were offering to sell information to their fellow inmates so that they could turn around and give it to the FBI or to other agencies in the hopes of getting a sentence reduction.
In November 2011, Sandeo Dyson was convicted of selling information to defendants who paid him between $5,000 and $10,000. According to the article, another inmate, Marcus Watkins, conducted the same scheme. According to papers obtained by the newspaper from federal court in Atlanta, both Watkins and Dyson alleged law enforcement officials knew what was going on and sometimes gave them the information they sold.
Snitches and paid informants who frame innocent people in pursuit of cash or lenience for their own crime. How do we know they lie? Lying hardly distinguishes informants from other sorts of witnesses. Informants must make the lie believable to the government and police officials to receive a benefit. Police and prosecutors, in turn, often cannot check and do not check these lies because the snitches' information may be all they have. Oftentimes, investigations rely so much on informants, and protecting and rewarding informants has become an important part of law enforcement. Police and prosecutors are well known for protecting their snitches. All too often, when defendants or courts seek the identity of informants, cases are dismissed or warrant applications are dropped. More fundamentally, police and prosecutors become invested in their informants, and therefore may not know when their sources are lying. Many wrongful convictions represent instances where an innocent defendant refuses to plead guilty and goes to trial, convicted because the jury accepts the snitch's testimony as credible and true. When this happens, the integrity of the system is at stake.